thanks for clicking on this video. My name is Zaji, and today I'd like to share with you a little bit about some sewing things. In particular, we're going to be talking about sewing patterns from Vogue. I have not talked about Vogue on this channel in quite some time, and I think it's well overdue. I got some really great patterns here that I cannot wait to share with you. But before we do that, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so that you do not miss any future content from me, and we can keep chatting about sewing things together. Now, I have not spoken about Vogue in a long time. Vogue is not one of the pattern companies sold in Joann that actually goes on sale very often. It's definitely not as often as, for instance, McCall or Simplicity goes on sale. So when I saw Vogue was on sale again, I had to go and snatch some up. I really was looking at my Vogue stash, which is, ooh, right over here. All this stuff. Actually, behind this one McCall's pattern is my Vogue patterns, and I wanted to expand on my collection. So I went over and looked at some patterns because I saw some on Instagram that really caught my eye. So I was very excited to go and see these patterns in store, and we're going to talk about some of the ones that I really loved right now. Okay, so we're going to start with dresses, or with a dress, because I love dresses. And I've really been getting into dresses that don't have any gathering in them. Now, I've complained on this channel plenty of times about how gathering is like my least favorite task in sewing. Gathering is definitely right up there, right up under hand sewing. Anything that involves me doing any hand sewing, slip stitching, any of that, right underneath that is gathering. Although I do make tons of things that have gathers. I love ruffles and I love gathered skirts, so you know, you win some, you lose some. Gathering, you know, is definitely something that is a necessary evil. So I decided to pick up some dresses that don't have some gathering in it, but I do have some that do as well. So we'll just get into it. The first one is Vogue 1819. This pattern is one that really caught my eye for a number of reasons. It has these two colors together, which I personally do not like. Gives me a lot of Shrek vibes, but I do appreciate that they showed it in a really bright contrast. I, for one, would prefer to see it in something a little bit more subtle, but I do love the lines of this dress. So it is a sheath style dress. It has princess seaming, which gives you your shaping on the front and in the back, and it is color blocked on the front and in the back, which is not always the case. Sometimes the color blocking is just in the front and the back is a solid color, but because this dress has a zipper in the back, it makes it really easy for you to also do that color blocking in the back if you so choose. Now, I really like this design because of, like I said, the shape of that color block in the front. It's not the first time that I've seen a color block dress, but I really like the shaping on the front. It's so interesting, it's so cool, very mod. I think that I personally would probably do like white with black with white polka dots, or like green and blue, or you know, something a little bit more subtle. I'm not a huge fan of the bright contrast, but I know that loads of people would really love it in bright colors like how the sample is too. This dress is fully lined though, so that's something to keep in mind when you are thinking about picking this up. You will also need to get a lining fabric. You can of course use your same fabric depending on what it is, obviously. So the sleeves on this dress are long, but I could feasibly see you shortening the sleeves if you really wanted to have a short sleeve version of this dress. They are a set-in sleeve. It has lingerie straps, which is interesting. I've never done lingerie straps before. Well, yes, I have. That's a lie. I have done them before. But it also has an invisible zipper and a slit in the back, so the zipper stops and then there is just like a little bit of fabric still sewn together, and then you have a slit in the back. Y'all know I love a good split on a dress. I thought this dress was so beautiful, and I could really see myself wearing this on a regular basis. Now, it does call for wool crepes, ponte knits, linens, and gabardine. I would say that you probably could get away with you know, other types of wovens that are a little bit more stable. This isn't a place where I think you'd want to use a rayon. Rayon would be really great for the lining on this dress, but I think with the style of it and just how that that shaping of the color block is on the front, you definitely want something that's a little more stable so that you get the full impact of that shape. And I'm very excited. This is an average pattern or an average level pattern, so this will take you a little bit more time, but I think it's so worth it, especially if you do it right. This would be a piece that would be so beautiful and almost timeless because it's got that mod style that seems to kind of fit in at any point. The next thing I want to talk about is Vogue 1834. Now, I got this pattern with sort of Valentine's Day in mind, but also just because I've been watching loads of True Blood. Okay, anyways, if you know anything about me, True Blood is like my everything. Anyways, I read all of the books when I was way too young to read them, and I watched the show when I was way too young to watch it, but it is one of my favorites. But I got my husband hooked on it, and we've been watching loads of Sookie. Anyways, she has the most cute, like the cutest nightgowns, and y'all know I'm not a huge loungewear sewist. Like, I don't make loads of loungewear, which seems to be not a thing, but I need loungewear, and I would love to have some really beautiful like, what do they call this set? I mean, I would call this like lingerie. You would find this in the lingerie section if you went to like a department store or whatever. So it comes with a pattern for a robe with a belt, a camisole, a slip dress, shorts, and pants. So this could be your one-stop shop. I really like the lace placement on this. It's not something that you would absolutely need to have the lace for, but I love the detailing that they have done with the lace. So I love how for the camisole and the slip dress, they use the lace around the neckline, which is really beautiful. But in the shorts, they have it around the hem. And for the pants, there's almost like a sheer panel effect, as well as on the robe. And I thought that was just so chic looking and beautiful. This pattern is labeled as an average pattern as well. It has some loose shaping, but the robe is raglan sleeves, so it's going to be really easy to put together, especially with slippery fabrics like satin or charmeuse or batiste. It even says you could use crepe de chine too. I don't know that I would want to sleep in a crepe fabric. I feel like that would be so hot. I don't know, it'd be nice for a robe though. Anyways, I'm thinking very much so about the slip dress and making it just a little bit shorter, just because I think they're so cute. This doesn't have any like cups or anything. It's just meant to go over with some loose shaping, which I think will be really great for sleeping and lounging around the house. How luxurious. Valentine's Day is coming up, and this would be the perfect set to make for Valentine's Day. Like, okay, yeah, anyways. Speaking of not making loungewear, I actually did purchase another loungewear pattern. I don't know, I was really drawn to this pattern. Now, I am a huge off-the-shoulder sweater type fan, and when I saw this pattern, I knew I definitely had to put it in my cart. This is Vogue 1835. It is for tops, pants, and slippers, which I thought was interesting. The slippers are actually really cute. I really like the look of them. But this comes with long sleeves or short sleeves for the top. In the pants, you can, I think, just have the one size. But they do have pockets, which is nice. It's a drawstring or faux drawstring. Wow, struggling to say that. This is an easy pattern though, so it's meant for knits. So 35% cross grain stretch, that would be jerseys, Pawnee knits, sweatshirt fleece, and velour. All of those would be really great for this design. I love actually the prints that they used for the samples, and that kind of creamy beige color, super cute as well. The pants are elasticated, and it does have the drawstring if you want it, but I think it'll be really nice. This will be one of those patterns that I feel like you could add to your loungewear stash and have just something a little bit interesting for when you want to do a pattern that is quick and easy and cute and chic. It's a little bit more stylish than a regular sweatshirt and sweatpants, if that is up your alley, which it's up mine. I do like loungewear that looks a little bit more a little bit more than a standard t-shirt. So this is really cute. Really looking forward to potentially making this, especially because it is labeled as an easy pattern. So thank you, Vogue. Now this next pattern that I'm going to talk about is Vogue 1856. This is for children's coats. Now this has, well, jackets and coats because it has a full length coat in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you know about me and you've been watching me on this channel or you follow me on Instagram, you know that I absolutely love to make outerwear, especially for my daughter. I have made so many coats for her. I had a red and plaid coat that I made for her. That was the first coat I made. I've made a yellow coat for her, a tan wool coat for her, a gray wool coat for her, a yellow puffer jacket for her. My daughter's only 3 years old and I'm going for like 2 coats per year, it seems, anyways. But I saw this pattern and I couldn't leave it behind because I'm always looking for coat patterns for her. For whatever reason, I feel like I don't find coat patterns for her size as often as I find them like for myself. So when I saw that Vogue had released a pattern for Nala, I was like, yes, get in my cart. Now this coat is lined, it's fitted, it has slightly flared, a slightly flared skirt, or like the bottom of it is slightly flared out. You can either choose to make it double-breasted or not. I really like the fact that it has a cute little Peter Pan collar and the shoulders have a little bit of a puff to them, which is just so precious and adorable. Oh my goodness. I saw the little girls dressed in these coats up front and I was like on the samples, and I couldn't. Okay, anyways. I love this design. It is princess seamed in the front and in the back, or kind of like a, yeah, it's kind of like a princess seam mostly until it goes down to the pockets. It's got some darts in there. So this is definitely going to be a coat that will take you a little bit longer to make, but it's so precious and so worth it. Really like the idea of this. Really think that she would absolutely love to have a coat like this as well. The little pink version is so cute. So this calls for Melton, tweed, or gabardine. So you can definitely use your wools for this coat and it'd be nice and warm. It does say that you can use, or it does suggest to use velvet for the contrast if you're making version B, I believe, where it has like a velvet collar and a print, like a solid velvet collar with a print for the fabric, the main fabric of the coat. And of course, lining it, you would need lining fabric. It is very, very, very cute. Very cute. I don't know if I'll make this one soon. It might be Nala's coat for next winter, just because we don't have that much coldness enough to where you would need a coat that heavy. It's only, well, I'm saying only, it literally snowed yesterday, but it is still snowing, but my daughter already has a coat, so I probably will look back to this pattern when it starts to get cold again at the end of this year. So looking forward to it. The next pattern that I have, I got off the rack, so let me get the number real quick. Okay, so this is Vogue 1851, and it is for a jumpsuit. 2 different kinds of jumpsuits. So you got one that's got a more flared leg to it, and then one that's got an elasticated leg that's more tapered. I was obsessed with both versions of this garment. Now, I love the little keyhole neckline, and I like the fact that the sleeves are really, you know, balloon style, really wide and full. I love a big sleeve. This is meant to be loose fitting, but it does have an elasticated waist. There's, I think, 2 elastic channels which make the waist stand out a little bit more, because this is a very flowy, floaty, voluminous garment. I think by having that elasticated waist detail, it really gives you a lot of beautiful shaping. I love the lines of this jumpsuit. I'm a huge fan of jumpsuits and dresses. This one calls for charmeuse, challis, lightweight jerseys, even lightweight crepes. So you could get away with using a knit for this design as well, which is very intriguing. But I would probably use rayon, because y'all know I love rayon. Like a rayon woven instead of a rayon jersey. Although rayon jersey would be a lightweight jersey that would really suit this pattern as well. It has self ties, so you would need to make the ties, and raglan sleeves. So this is one that is classified as easy. So you could make this up pretty quick and it would be such a cute design. I love it in this solid black. It would be one of those things you could easily throw on for a dinner, nice dinner, or a nice event that you're going to. It would look really cute and you'd be so comfortable. Oh my gosh, I love a good jumpsuit. And I really like the samples that they made for this pattern as well, which isn't often, but oh my gosh, with Vogue it's more common that their samples are real cute. And I'm seeing that here. But yeah, love this design. I think this would be one that would be great to have in your repertoire. This would be one of those like go-tos if you're going somewhere nice and you just don't know what to put on. Whole outfit right here. Just throw you on some strappy little sandals and you're out the door, okay? Yeah, I'm a fan. The next pattern is Vogue 1823. And I've been really getting into blouses, and shirts in particular. I really like the idea of wearing shirts with really beautiful knits and it just be so cute, but also I'm really liking the variation of the types of shirts that I have in my closet. I just recently finished a new look pattern that is so cute. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with that. And I love to use poplins for like shirts and having really cute prints. This really caught my eye because of the detail around the button placket and the sleeve cuffs. Now, I've already said in this video that I'm obsessed with ruffles. I love ruffles. They are my absolute favorite. I love, love, love ruffles. And so this shirt, now I have another pattern from Vogue that has a ruffle, but it's so much smaller than this one. This is a really statement ruffle that goes all the way around the collar and down the button placket. And then you also have some really beautiful ruffles around the cuff. So it looks like at the bottom of the cuff, so at the fold where it's at your wrist, but also where the cuff attaches to the shirt sleeve. So cute. I love that detail so much. I think that that would be and it would just be, it would just be, that's all. It would just be everything. This would be one of those shirts you could throw over jeans and you just look so put together and nice. It is just insane to me how I don't already have this shirt. Anyways, I like that the hem is also a shirt tail hem, but it's exaggerated, very, very long. This is almost like a tunic length type of shirt. And with the high-low variation, I can really see this being one of those things that you could easily throw over some really beautiful tights. Oh my gosh, if you did the white and you had like some vinyl tights, some black vinyl tights with some really cute booties, and you went out in that. Okay, anyways, so excited. They do offer this with a regular or with like a mandarin collar and no ruffles at all if that's not your jazz. It's my jazz, and I definitely want this. I'm thinking right now about what fabrics I have that could work feasibly for this design because I absolutely do want to make up this pattern. It doesn't actually call for very much fabric either for the ruffles. For the ruffled version and for the version without the ruffles, it's still a 2-yard project, which is a typical amount of fabric that I would buy to make this design. It calls for cotton shirting, challis, linen blends, and silk twill. Oh my gosh, silk twill, the luxury, okay? I don't even know where you can purchase silk twill. I've not seen silk twill because I also haven't been looking for it, but this would be so beautiful in a silk twill or in challis and a rayon, something like that. It would be really beautiful as well. Okay, I like that one a lot. Okay, so this next pattern is Vogue 1848, I believe. This is another one I got off the rack. Yeah, 1848. And it is for pants. Now, this pants pattern is super cute. When I saw this, I was like, oh my god, and where can I get that top? Okay, both tops. Where can I get either of these tops? Where are the patterns for those? Somebody let me know if they know where these patterns are. But these tops are so cute and perfect for this type of pant. Now, this is a pant that has a paper bag waistline, so it's essentially a ruffle at the top. It does have button loop belt loops. So this is a pair of pants that you definitely would want to wear with a belt. It really just exaggerates that paper bag waistline on here, but it does come with two variations in the length. So you have one which is a more cropped version that has a like a tie around the ankle, but there is also a full length pant that comes down to the ankle. They are a fly front pant, and it looks like they have seams in the front, which might help with the shaping a little bit, so that's nice. There are darts as well. It does suggest for this pattern that you use stretch crepe, stretch leather, or stretch sateen, so you definitely want to use something that has at least 10% to 20% stretch, because these pants are meant to be quite fitted, which whew, I am obsessed with that idea. I just love the possibilities of wearing this or making these in, you know, several different colors or something like that, and just having a good staple once I get the fit down. I really, really like the style of these pants. I tuck most of my like shirts and things into my pants anyways, t-shirts. It looks like the tops that they're wearing might even be bodysuits. So I'm a fan of a bodysuit, I'm a fan of tucked in shirts, and I'm a fan of paper bag waist pants. So I could see myself making this. My only concern is the fit. Now, I don't have any kind of toile or muslin fabric for something like this, so I definitely would have to plan to make this this garment up. It is an average level pattern, so this would take a little bit of time, but like I said, you know, having a good fitting pair of pants is so invaluable. Like, okay, anyways, really was excited to see these. So happy to add this to my collection. Okay, so we're coming up on the end. I've got just two patterns left to tell you about that I picked up. This next one was another one I got for the rack, from the rack. Wow. And it is Vogue 1853, and this is for a men's coat. It has two different lengths, a jacket length and a coat length, and I could not pass it up. Now, I buy patterns for my husband quite a bit. It's been a while since I've sewn up something for my husband, and I feel some type of way. I do feel some type of way. I'm sure he probably feels some type of way as well. But I loved the style of this coat. I like the fact that it is a coat that is meant to be buttoned up right up to the neck. It does have a really high button up on the collar so that you're able to button it up right around your neck and keep that cold out, but it does actually fan out to be like a normal lapel in the front as well too. So it looks like it would be one of those patterns that would take a little bit of time just because of the fabric you're using. Because this is a fitted style coat and you're using quite heavyweight fabrics, we all know. We know working with wools can sometimes be a little bit of a workout, especially because it is quite heavy, getting all that stuff together. It is fully lined. It's double-breasted. It has two-piece sleeves. It has button trim. Wow, cute. Shoulder pads, welt pockets with flap, and it says it has a half back belt. Oh yeah, nice, with a back vent. Yeah, I definitely want to make one of these for my husband. It calls for wool blends, gabardine, and denim. Denim? I don't know. I guess you could use you could use denim. I don't know why that perplexes me so, but I mean, hey. And obviously lining fabrics for the lining. Now, my husband has been wanting to get a really nice wool coat, and I know he's been kind of hinting it at me because he's been looking at loads of them but not buying any of them, and I'm just like, we'll see. I'll have to find him some wool that he really would like. This is definitely something that I want to take on. I love all of the buttons. I love the style. I think this would be so flattering and such a great make. My only concern is the fact that my husband has quite large arms and shoulders, and so anything that's fitted with him is something that can be either disastrous or not. So we'll have to see. I'll have to do a toile of one of these as well, like I said, because it is quite fitted and you're intended to wear this over other things. I want to make sure that the fit is really comfortable before I, you know, cut into the really expensive wools and make a version of this coat for my hubby. And the last pattern, since my light is pretty much almost gone, I do have some artificial lighting which is helping me out here at the end. But this is the last pattern that I'm going to be talking about from Vogue, and this is Vogue 1822, and it is for dresses. Of course! I mean, it's for dresses. It is a dress that has a really beautiful Peter Pan collar. It has the option of you doing trim on that collar as well, but it is an empire waist dress. So this dress comes to a point right at kind of like the center of the chest and goes down at an angle, which is really, really flattering. It does have some shaping with darts and 4 darts in the front, 2 darts in the back. It does have a zipper in the back. This is not a lined dress, but it doesn't have any gathering, which is awesome for me. The puff sleeve, I guess, would count as gathering because you do have to, you know, set that sleeve in, but I mean, that's nothing in comparison to doing a full skirt. It does have the option for you to do faux button trim up the front, and like I said, you can do a contrast collar, but with the sleeve version you can do a contrast cuff on that dress as well. In the samples they use mostly geometric style prints, so some plaid and also like a houndstooth maybe. I don't know what you'd call that. I guess it's kind of like a tweed maybe, but they are definitely more geometric style prints. So by working this pattern, by making this pattern up, you get that really cool contrast of the different prints going other ways, which makes the shaping of this dress really stand out, which I think is really beautiful. I love plaid, so I could definitely see myself making the short sleeve plaid version like she has. Oh my goodness, those sleeves are so sweet. I don't know, the sleeveless version is also super cute as well, but that sleeved version is just calling my name. Now I wish you would stop calling me by my government name, because I absolutely want to make you. This is an easy level dress, so what more could you ask for? Easy level, no gathering. This would probably be a dress that you could whip up really quick and be really cute in it. It doesn't call for very much fabric, even with the sleeved version. Looks like with a 60 width fabric you would still use less than 2 yards for this dress, which is absolutely sensational. Sensational. I love that. I love a dress that is under 2 yards or 2 yards. That is, like I said, how I usually buy fabrics. So really happy to add this one to my collection. It's a really interesting looking dress, and I think would be something that I could see myself wearing the heck out of. Okay. So I have lost my light. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. Let me know again down below if you plan on grabbing any of these patterns, if they look of interest to you, or if you're sewing something up right now. I would love to know. That's going to be the end of me chatting about patterns today. So I will see you in the next one, where we'll be talking about Simplicity patterns, and I'll be sharing my picks from their latest collection as well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.